Hey, what's going on, guys? Joe here, coming at you today from Town Hall 10. We're going to be taking a look at Dragon Balloon attacks at Town Hall 10, 3-starring. And so when it comes to dragons, you got to get rid of the air defenses in order to be successful. So in this video, I'm going to do my best to articulate what's happening in the attack. That way you can kind of justify or see exactly what's happening and how the attack ends up being a 3-star attack. So right now we have a queen walk. Again, another advanced type strategy for those of you, if you don't understand how to queen walk or you don't have the queen levels in order to walk, I wouldn't highly recommend doing this. As the attack progresses, the queen has been directed by that wizard that started out in the beginning of the attack. The minions up in the north and over here at the 1 o'clock of the base are taking out the trash ring structures around the base since there's not any archer towers or air defense coverage. So using minions was really smart in the sense of taking care of all that trash up in the top of the base and assisting with the cleanup portion and guiding the queen on where she needs to go. Alright, so when it comes to taking down the hound, he's going to use a rage spell as well as the assistance of another minion. And the queen is going to continue to follow this pathing of where she's located. She's going to go into this cannon. She's going to turn around and engage the air set skeleton traps. And then she's going to continue into that air defense. So she's going to take down one of the 4 air defenses. Now take note of where he targets those wall breakers. He waited till the cannon was engaged with the queen, and then he drops his wall breakers, opening up the compartment. That way the queen continues her walk on the outside of the base at this point, and she's going to step into and take out the second air defense. Now take note of where the sweepers are located and the direction that they're facing. They're facing the south, so you would more than likely think that you would not bring your dragons or balloons up through the south, but this is exactly what he does. Reason being is that he's going to have his queen take out the 3rd air defense in the north side of the base and step down on the back end of those air sweepers, taking down the air sweepers one air sweeper at a time. Now, as he takes out the air sweepers with the archer queen, he's bringing his balloons and his dragons up through the south side of the base, taking care of the archer queen, also engaging the inferno towers and the wizard towers. But that sweeper is pushing the dragons out of range of that 4th air defense. So this is actually really clever stuff when it comes to engaging this base. The queen will in fact take down that final air sweeper and the final air defense. Even though he's down to about 2 dragons and a balloon or 2, the queen is going to also assist with the final cleanup of this base and taking down the final defenses with the assistance of the dragons. Now the dragons are being targeted by the archer tower. Looks like it could be a little bit of a time issue, and in fact in previous attacks on this base it was a little bit of a time issue. So those are things that you need to take into consideration when taking on bases like this. Again, when it comes to the use of dragons, you have to get rid of the air defenses in order to be successful, and also your queen level will come into play on this one. We got another replay that we're going to go into after this attack, and we'll get into another discussion on this type of attack, guys. Alright, so for our second attack, we have yet again another queen walk dragon balloon attack. However, take note of the 19 wall breakers in the composition. That's a lot of wall breakers. So what that means is he's trying to get really deep into the base with the wall breakers. And exactly what he's trying to do here is he's targeting the 4 air defenses that are in the core of this base, plus the sweepers for the dragon portion of his attack. So he's going to use rage spells to keep both his hero level up here, as well as boosting those wall breakers to open up the compartments deeper in the base. He's allowing and using scouts to scout in the wall breakers to see what they're exactly going to target, and if he's in the right tile as he drops his wall breakers, and then drop the rest of them to go in and open up the compartments to grant access for the queen. Now, right there, the balloon did get distracted by the wall breaker, kept it away from the queen in the poison spell, and took down that balloon. The queen's going to be tied up on this hound for a moment, so you got to allow that to work. But then he's going to use a few minions to assist with cleaning up the pups and speeding this process up. The pups are going to attack both the healers and the archer queen. So that's what the minions are there to do, is to assist with keeping the healers alive and get the queen into the base. Now the queen stepped into the base and he spammed all 11 of those wall breakers. Now there are some things that could go wrong here. A giant bomb or a mortar splash damage and taking all those wall breakers out. But it's really a matter of timing and practice when it comes to doing this. Now, he's going to end up using that queen's ability here to speed it up, taking down the air defenses as she steps into the base for the dragon portion of this attack. The Barbarian King is right here beside me and working his way down the base. The intent here was for the Barbarian King to keep the dragons focused in the base and not on structures on the outside of the base, as the dragons move around towards the Tesla Archer Tower and going into that final Inferno Tower. The Queen has assisted dramatically by taking out a lot of structures in the north side in defenses. She's assisting with taking down one of the final wizard towers, Tesla, and she will get caught up on a wall since that Archer Tower is out of her range. So she will also assist with the cleanup portion up in the north, since we do have a slower moving dragon. But the dragons are able to sustain themselves enough. They have enough hit points to maneuver through the rest of this base and finish this thing up for a 3-star attack. So again, the wall breaker could have been, the wall breaker usage there could have been critical in the making and breaking of this attack. Obviously, the lower Inferno Towers are contributing factors as well. But again, when it comes to the wall breakers there, you have to be precise with them and understanding exactly where they're going to go with the boosting power of the Rage spell. So we're going to get into one more replay of the Dragons and Loons in action. Alright, so for our third and final attack, guys, we do not have a Queen Walk, in fact. Take note of the air defenses and where they're located. So again, you have to get rid of the air defenses in order for the dragon attack to be successful. In this case here, our attacker is going to use the heroes to take out 2 of those air defenses up here where the wizards are currently working. The wizards are kind of setting the funnel and setting the direction of where those heroes are going to move. The Barbarian King is going to serve as a tank for the Archer Queen, and the wizard, in fact, is going to take out the first air defense while the cannon is distracted on that Barbarian King. The Queen is going to follow it up. She's going to step in, take out the Dark Elixir spell factory there, and then she's going to step in, taking out that cannon and maneuvering down. Now, the Inferno Tower is it's a level 2. It's not going to be as destructive as the level 3. However, being on multi-target, it's not going to do as much damage to your Queen here, so you don't have to worry about it as much. The Barbarian King has continued to tank for that Queen, and the Queen will, in fact, take down the second air defense. Now, the dragons are going to come in from the north side of this base, moving down towards the south on the back end of the sweepers, or off to the flank of the sweepers, if you take note of where the sweepers are located. As our dragons move in, a hound from the clan castle and balloons will be dropped in order to take on the third air defense, and then the dragon, or the lava hound here, will pop at the hand of the Archer Queen. But a haste spell and a few more balloons are brought in, hasted into that final air defense. This is imperative. If this fourth air defense does not fall, the attack will in fact go straight down the drain, and the dragons will be picked off by the air defense if not taken out beforehand. So as our dragons are moving down through, they are raged. They're going to be raged again to carry them through the attack just because they move so slow. They are a tankier troop. They can sustain a lot of damage, but they do move slow, and they attack everything, not just defenses. So there is a baby dragon assisting with the process in the south, and our dragons will finish up and move towards the wizard towers. Now, over where the Barbarian King, in fact, did go down, there are Clan Castle Valkyries. That is also another contributing factor that could slow down the attack and cause it to be a little bit of a time fail. So these are also things that you need to take into consideration, is that even though it's ground troops and they're not going to hinder your dragons, it will stop your dragons like what's happening right now, and the dragons will engage the ground clan castle troops before they actually ever finish up the attack if they're near them. So that's going to be something else that could be a time factor. So anyways, hopefully you got something out of this video, guys. Smash that like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe. Share the video if you found any value in the content. And thanks for watching, guys.